Hey man, what's happening, man? Getting to the nitty gritty with Big Tron. I want to come on and commentate and talk about something that a lot of people don't, maybe not talk about, and that's 100 things you didn't know were invented by blacks. You know, it's coming at a time. It might come a little bit like, but coming in left field a little bit. But at a time like this, when everything is just so negative, you kind of obligated. You are obligated, so good to fight against it. You know, do your part. So I just wanted to commentate on this. I heard a little piece of it, like I think it was the other day. I didn't even hear the whole thing, and it was pretty doggone remarkable to me. You know, I got a knack for stuff like this, so I just want to kind of, you know, go down through that with y'all and see what's going on to the people that tune in, you know.
In this video, we want to highlight the incredible intelligence, resilience, and artistic talent displayed by black inventors throughout history. From groundbreaking technological advancements to life-saving medical discoveries, from inspiring artistic innovations to important social contributions.
I had to stop and shout out to all the people that put it down and use their minds and platforms to create and to innovate. Because it don't stop with them just making something, because once they make something, it just keeps going. It just keeps getting better. People just come with a better way to do it. See what I'm saying? So their ideas, that's how they live on. They just keep going. You know, when you gotta look at them as the foundation of fabrics. Because they came up with some pretty needed stuff in everyday society. Really made it real comfortable for us. Y'all, big.
This series will showcase the wide range of black brilliance that has influenced our world. Before we get right into the video, his design includes...
It is a fact that 90% of Americans stress about money. So,
he included a bookrest that was usable for the person sitting in the seat behind and was ideal for church or choir use. While Alexander's folding chair was not the first folding chair patent in the United States, his innovation was that it included a bookrest, making it suitable for use in places where the back of one chair could be used as a desk or shelf by the person seated behind. This would certainly be convenient when setting up rows of chairs for choirs, so they could rest music on the chair ahead of each singer, or for churches where a prayer book, hymnal, or Bible could be placed on the reading shelf during the service. Number 79. Automatic railroad car coupler. African-American inventor Andrew Jackson Beard was born a slave in Jefferson County, Alabama. Emancipated at age 15, he became a farmer and then built and ran a flour mill. In 1890, while living in Woodlawn, Beard patented improvements to the Janney coupler, making the mechanism safer and more efficient. The coupler Beard improved was used to hook railroad cars together, and to be operated required the dangerous task of manually placing a pin in a link between the two cars. Beard himself had lost a leg in a car coupling accident. Thanks to his design, the coupling could be now performed automatically. Beard...
Look, see, he had an accident where his leg got cut off with the train. He decided to use something that was a negative in his life and turn it to a positive for somebody else's life, so they wouldn't have to go through what he went through. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like, I think Jay-Z said that one time, I went through that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. You see what I'm saying? On that type of time.
Received 2 patents on the innovation, with the first being sold for $50,000 in 1897, equivalent to $1.8 million in today's money. His improved coupler was the first automatic coupler widely used in the U.S. In 1887, the same year Beard's first improvement of the automatic coupler was patented, the U.S. Congress passed the Federal Safety Appliance Act, which made it illegal to operate any railroad car without automatic couplers.
That ain't the first time I heard that. I heard they said that they had made it like law. You got to have with this man creation on your tracks and trains to do your daily routines. Also, I think the bumper on the cars. A black dude made them, and then they came into law that you had to have a bumper on your car. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff. And we all needed bumpers. And I ain't talking about them fiberglass ones they got going on right now. We can just, I almost could just take a car and just one little small car. Yeah, I almost could Stone Cold Steve Austin that joint. Oh, and don't forget to get back to it.
Beard's invention was a forerunner of automatic couplers used today. Number 78, stainless steel scouring pad. The scouring pad is an important part of any kitchen process. It is undeniably one of the easiest ways for cleaning off burnt-on messes from cast iron pots and pans, broilers, and stove burners. They can be used for a variety of cleaning jobs, like hard water stains in the bathroom, cooked on grease on grills, or soap scum in the shower. This helpful invention was developed by an African American named Alfred Benjamin. On June 19, 1962, Alfred Benjamin patented the stainless steel scouring pad, which would inspire many improvements, including the plastic needle surface sourcing pad, which is now more commonly used. Number 77, synchronous multiplex railway telegraph. Granville Taylor Woods was one of the most famous African American inventors with over 50 patents to his name. Styled as the Black Edison, Woods' famous invention is the synchronous multiplex railway telegraph, which allowed communications between train stations from moving trains by creating a magnetic field around a coiled wire under the train.
See, let me tell you something. These dudes, don't get me wrong, I think schooling helped, but it's something that was already in these people that they just unlocked. They was in pocket and they unlocked it, and then they proceeded to be great. What people perceived as great, but what they knew to be was what they was here for, their purpose. You see what I'm saying? So the accolades and the little money really don't matter. I came to this, what I'm here for. Like what's that Rakim? I came in the door, said it, yeah. See, when you start to realize life is a puzzle and you're gonna have to turn to pieces to fit it to see, you know, you're gonna have to go down through that a little bit. Every man has his own role, but another man can nudge you, so to speak. Nudge you. Not bump you, that's something different. You wanna bang down like you're in a paint, yeah, you got animosity, Jack. You need to. Now back to what I was saying though, you got to have it about yourself, and some things can be unlocked. But I'm gonna get back to it, man, because I get carried away. Yes, sir. You know, so is Doodoo's thing. I can talk.
1987, Woods used notes,
but I be talking about something though. For real.
Sketches, and a working model of the invention to secure the patent. The invention was so successful that Woods began the Woods Electric Company in Cincinnati, Ohio, to market and sell his patents.
Okay.
Thomas Edison later filed a claim to the ownership of this patent, stating that he had first created a similar telegraph and that he was entitled to the patent for the device.
See what I'm saying?
Woods was twice successful in defending himself, proving that there were no other devices upon which he could have
Thomas
depended
Edison.
or relied upon.
Listen, see what I'm talking about? The man doubled down on being protected in this patent and saying I made this. Thomas Edison come with that wheat. Yeah, I made this. But who you heard about in the schoolhouse? I don't get, well, I get it. Let me stop. Let me cut it out. Let me knock it off. I got to, me, myself, Big Tron, I got to. But one thing about me, when I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. But we never even heard about this dude, so he done went to court and squabbled with Thomas Edison behind his invention. See what I'm saying? They were big chesting for the invention. This is in 1887, so you could just imagine. But the only way to win and defeat was to double down and have yourself covered. is really the practice that I'm here preaching right now. If you go down through there, anything I got going on, I'm pulling your coattail, trying to, yeah. Don't get too caught up in the look. Looks can be deceiving. Don't get too caught up in the look. You know, you gotta think about, you know, I don't know. I was always like this here. You can learn something. If I'm walking down a corridor, I'm gonna say a corridor, but I want to make it more like a movie where you can kind of get the picture. And it's dark, and I see a animal that I know that's fairly vicious, and he comes squirting like, I know something down there. Now in the movies, in the movies they gonna go down through there, but in real, man, I'm not going down through, especially in the climate we're in. But that's why I met with it, like, yeah. So you got to pick up on stuff like this. So he had himself covered, to say the least. And I guess to no avail, Thomas Edison did his cease and desist. I guess in college didn't work. But let's get back into it.
To make his device.
Shout out
Number
to him.
76, foil electric microphone. Along with Gerhard Sessler, James Edward Maceo West invented the foil electric microphone in 1962 while developing instruments for human hearing research.
1 2 1 2.
Compared to the previous
microphone.
condenser microphones, the electric microphone has higher capacitance and does not require a DC bias. West and Sessler optimized the mechanical and surface parameters of the system, creating a better microphone device. Today, nearly 90% of the microphones produced annually are based on the principles of the foil electret and are used in everyday items such as telephones, camcorders, hearing aids, baby monitors, and audio recording devices, among others. Number 7.
Come on, man. Why we not hearing about stuff like this here? Why is this stuff here like it's in a vault? You ever seen a movie where they had like the time capsule of the school? They better like put it in something and they don't open it till like 50 years later. And like, you know, why is all this stuff trickling out? And the whole thing about it is, but the time. This the thing about it is the time that it's coming out is coming out with so much other stuff that you got to filter through, cipher through. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be able to know how, you gotta have a dump system, a download system and a dump system to download the good stuff and dump the rest. You got to have that. If not, you're gonna get overloaded. That's why your memory is, man, you better peep, you better step it up. And you can't forget to before they had this thing going on back in the Gap, you used to they call it a sprinkle. Yeah, I'm a sprinkle. You see what I'm saying? Get your sprinkle. For real. But this stuff, to say the least, man, is pretty doggone remarkable.
75. Self-lifting farm elevator. Around 1930, African-American inventor William Chester Ruth improved on the farm elevator, a steel chute with chain and slat movement to carry grain or feed bags, hay bales, ear corn, and other products up into a truck, corn crib, or hay mow. Ruth's version of the electric-powered elevator had closely fixed but separate gears for activating the chain conveyor and for raising the elevator. The simple pull of a lever transferred the power of the motor between conveyance and elevator height adjustment. Ruth's self-lifting farm elevator saw widespread adoption, including in the commercial mushroom industry next door in Chester County. Number 74, automatic lubricator for steam engines. While working in a home-based machine shop in Ypsilanti, Michigan,
this another part connected to the railroad. If my memory is serving me correctly, man, we got a lot to do with that railroad, man. And that's a big part of what we got going on right here. I mean, around the world. You see what I'm saying? So some of these inventions, man, these folks still, they family still eating, still capitalizing on this, you know, and you don't even hear about this stuff. It's like it's blanketed, it's buried, but like I just said, it's trickling out. But it's trickling out with so much white noise, chaos. See what I'm saying? It's almost like you got the fish for what you need, and guaranteed this stuff gonna be needed, and that memory gonna be needed too. But it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to rely on memory, what you know. You see what I'm saying? And I hear some of the people talking about the preppers. They be like, yeah, you know this, but man, I can vividly remember when I was younger. We used to. I think I spoke about this before. We used to build like club houses, and we had them to the point where we had carpet in them, and we were running light systems. I grew up around some pretty smart dudes. Kevin Peavy and them dudes was into robotics and stuff. So I mean, this early on, and they went to different schools, but like I said, they came back and they sprinkled. So we knew how to put certain stuff together to make it spark, to get what we needed, you know, to make whatever we was trying to do work. Man, people doing it now, but they doing it on a level to where everything is in a box and you gotta put it together. I'm talking about straight from scratch. So
Elijah McCoy would invent an automatic lubricator for oiling the steam engines of locomotives and ships, patenting it in 1872 as Improvement in Lubricators for Steam Engines. Automatic lubricators were a boon for railroads, as they enabled trains to run faster and more profitably with less need to stop for lubrication and maintenance. By 1899, the Michigan Bureau of Labor and Industrial Statistics reported that the McCoy lubricator was in use on almost all North American railroads. Number 73, amputee self-feeding device. While working at the Bronx Hospital in New York at 37 years old, Bessie Blount invented an electric self-feeding apparatus for amputees.
Right.
She used plastic boiling water to mold the material, a file, ice pick, hammer, and some dishes to create a prototype of her invention.
You see what I'm saying? Utilizing what's around you. Man, listen, man. Some of the stuff is over the top. People be purchases and going crazy with. But man, some of the stuff around you can soothe you, and you can do your thing with the stuff that's around you. She took the stuff around her and made her invention, man. Molded it with hot water. Come on now. Talk about what's the word I'm looking for? Being somebody help me out. It'll come to me.
The device had a tube to transport individual bites of food to the patient's mouth. The patients would bite down on the tube, and then the next portion of food would dispense to the mouthpiece from the attached machine. This allowed patients to control how much they would eat without assistance from others.
Right.
Today, she is known for pioneering the first electric device for feeding amputees. Number 72. Control unit for the
So in the midst of her making them something that helped them make their life easier, she was able to give them a form of independence as well. You see the greatness in that? You see the goodness in that? It's hope, homie. It's hope, baby girl. You know.
Artificial cardiac pain.
Let me cut that out. Let me talk. You get my drift. I feel cheated. I feel cheated. Educational wise. I be on cameras. Educational wise. I wouldn't have made a lot of the decisions I made if I knew that some of the outcomes and where I would fall down the food chain as far as being competitive and trying to live a decent life. Man, listen here. And even thinking about that, I still think about some of the guys that might not never catch it, might not never get it. Man, I done been shot 5 times, man. You know what I'm saying? By somebody that's trained to do that to you. You know what I'm saying? So I really know. But yeah, so my thing is all about hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care, man. It's showing me right now, man, money ain't really all what it's cracked up to be. It really ain't. It look like it's a bunch of bull cone. You got everybody reaching. You got everybody reaching. You got a lot of doors open. That's too much, man. It ain't worth all that. I'm cool with the t-shirt and the diggers and the Chuck Taylors. For real.
Pacemaker. The artificial cardiac pacemaker is a medical device that helps regulate the heart's electrical activity and maintain a normal heart rhythm. It consists of 2 main components, the pulse generator and the control unit. The control unit, also known as the programmer or external programmer, is a device used by healthcare professionals to interact with and program the settings of the artificial cardiac pacemaker. It allows them to adjust various...
If you're not making...
It's another commercial. But, wow. Who would have thought? The artificial cardiac pacemaker. That's pretty remarkable, man, if you ask me.
Otis Boykin, an African-American inventor, is credited with inventing a control unit for the artificial cardiac pacemaker. Number 71, X-ray spectrometer. George Edward Alcorn is an African-American inventor best known for inventing the X-ray spectrometer, which earned him the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center Award for Inventor of the Year in 1984.
Come on,
The
man.
X-ray spectrometer is an important scientific instrument with numerous applications across
You gotta
various
see this
fields.
thing, man.
Scientists can use X-ray spectrometers to determine the composition of unknown materials, identify impurities or contaminants, and assess the quality and purity of substances. X-ray spectrometers also play a significant role in archaeology and art restoration. They are employed to analyze ancient artifacts, paintings, and cultural heritage objects without causing damage. By determining the elemental makeup of these objects, researchers can gain insights into their origin.
No, that was needed. Counterfeit is heavy. You know, but I'm gonna stop right there, man. I just wanted to present that like that. Like, I don't know who it might enlighten somebody, line a spark or idea or something, you know. So that's what it's all about. Each one teach one, and this one of my sayings, man. A man that has never failed has never succeeded. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that, you know, you feel like that's out to get you, they're on your road, they're on your bumper. Everything that's slick don't slide, and everything that slide ain't slick. Oh, and never forget to